Examine what is said, not who is speaking. The axe forgets, but the tree remembers. Don't sail using someone else's star. Do not call a dog with a whip in your hand. Once you have carried your own water, you'll remember every drop. Knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, it can't be harvested. A roaring lion kills no game. Restless feet might walk you into a snake pit. No shortcuts exist to the top of a palm tree. When two elephants fight, it is the grass that gets hurt. Tomorrow belongs to people who prepares for it today. No medicine exists that can cure hatred. All monkeys cannot hang from the same branch. He who digs a grave for his enemy might as well be digging it for himself. Even the lion protects himself against flies. However long the night, the dawn will break. If you heal a person's leg, do not be surprised if they use it to run away. To try and fail is not laziness. Seeing is different than being told. No matter how beautiful and well-crafted a coffin might look, it will not make anyone wish for death. Wood already touched by fire is not hard to set alight. Confiding a secret to an unworthy person is like carrying a grain in a bag with a hole in it. A feeble effort will not fulfill the self. Having a good discussion is like having wealth. Don't think there are no crocodiles just because the water is calm. He who refuses to obey cannot command. One falsehood spoils 1,000 truths. The earth is a beehive. We all enter by the same door. Rain does not fall on one roof alone. However far a stream flows, it doesn't forget its origin. If you think you're too small to make a difference, try spending the night with a mosquito. If there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do no harm. The eye never forgets what the heart has seen. When an old man dies, a library is buried with him. The truth should be in love and love in truth. No person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping. When you married a monkey for his wealth, the money goes, but the monkey remains. When one is in love, a cliff becomes a meadow. One who loves you with your dirt. If love is a sickness, patience is the remedy. To love someone who doesn't love you is like shaking a tree to make the dewdrops fall. If the full moon loves you, why worry about the stars? Don't be so in love that you can't tell when it's raining. Where there is love, there is no darkness. Love doesn't listen to rumors. Do not treat your loved one like a swinging door. You are fond of it, but you push it back and forth. Wood already touched by fire is not hard to set alight. Don't try to make a person hate someone he loves, for he will go on loving but will hate you. Love doesn't rely on physical features. True love means what's mine is yours. One who plants grapes by the roadside and one who marries a pretty woman shares the same problem. A fish and a bird may fall in love, but the two cannot build a home together. The heart of the wise man lies quiet like limpid water. Only a wise person can solve a difficult problem. If you are filled with pride, then you will have no room for wisdom. A man who uses force is afraid of reasoning. Wisdom is not like money to be tied up and hidden. One who causes others misfortune also teaches them wisdom. A fool cannot untie the knot tied by a wise man. If you close your eyes to facts, you will learn to accidents. To get lost is to learn the way. Just because the lizard nods his head doesn't mean he's in agreement. A wise man fills his head before emptying his mouth. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. A fool has to say something. A wise person has something to say. A wise man never takes a step too long for his leg. To love someone who doesn't love you is like shaking a tree to make the dewdrops fall. Give advice if people don't listen. Let adversity teach them. Don't be so in love that you can't tell when it's raining. When deed speaks, words are meaningless. A wise person doesn't fall down the same hill twice. A family tie is like a tree. It can bend, but it cannot break. We desire to bequeath two things to our children. The first is roots, the second is wings. A husband with a good wife will never be on the road without supplies. Don't meddle with a family feud. A united family eats from the same plate. A small house will hold 100 friends. A woman is a flower in a garden. Her husband is the fence around it. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Sticks in a bundle are unbreakable. If relatives help each other, what evil can hurt them? Home affairs should not be talked about in the public square. A child does not laugh at the ugliness of his mother. A happy man marries the girl he loves. A happier man loves the girl he married. If a woman doesn't love you, she calls you brother. One who marries for love alone will have bad days but good nights. One falsehood spoils 1,000 truths. The earth is a beehive. We all enter by the same door. Rain does not fall on one roof alone. However far a stream flows, it doesn't forget its origin. If you think you're too small to make a difference, try spending the night with a mosquito. If there is no enemy within, the enemy outside can do no harm. The eye never forgets what the heart has seen. When an old man dies, a library is buried with him. The truth should be in love and love in truth. No person is born great. Great people become great when others are sleeping. Being happy is better than being king. Your greatest hope is your greatest fear. He is a wise man who has no worries about the things he doesn't have, but he rejoices for the things he have. Until the lions have their historians, tales of hunting will always glorify the hunter. When a man raises his voice at home, knows that he started lowering it elsewhere. It is better to live as a lion for one day, rather than 100 years as a sheep. One volunteer is better than 10 forced men. A person with too much ambition cannot sleep in peace. When two aging good friends fight, it's because of an old grudge. Ugliness with a good character is better than beauty. Only a fool will use both his legs to test how deep a spring is. The teeth that laughs are also those that bite. Having a little knowledge is like having your hands tied around your neck like a slave. A false friend is like a shadow. They're only with you when the sun is shining. The strength of the crocodile is in the water. People can be very strong in their right environment. Earth is but a marketplace. Heaven is home. Love doesn't listen to rumors. Do not treat your loved one like a swinging door. You are fond of it, but you push it back and forth. Wood already touched by fire is not hard to set alight. Don't try to make a person hate someone he loves, for he will go on loving but will hate you. Love doesn't rely on physical features. True love means, what's mine is yours. One who plants grapes by the roadside and one who marries a pretty woman shares the same problem. A fish and a bird may fall in love, but the two cannot build a home together. Old age does not announce itself. Those who accomplish great things pay attention to little things. We desire to bequeath two things to our children. The first is roots, the second is wings. A husband with a good wife will never be on the road without supplies. Ingratitude is sooner or later fatal to its author. One who relates with a corrupt person likewise gets corrupted. A small house will hold 100 friends. A woman is a flower in a garden. Her husband is the fence around it. Trouble does not discriminate. It comes to everyone at some point. If I am in harmony with my family, that's success. Rain may clean the leopard's skin, but it does not wash out the spot. Not everyone who chased the zebra caught it, but he who caught it chased it. Bad luck for one man is good luck for another. It is possible to kill a man, but it is impossible to kill his name. He is a fool whose sheep runs away twice. One who marries for love alone will have bad days but good nights. Silence is also a speech. He who is being carried does not realize how far the town is. A man who doesn't know how to play sex disappears after the first time. Sorrow may sadden your face, but it sharpens your understanding. The mouth of an elderly man is without teeth, but never without words of wisdom. A real man doesn't need to dominate a woman. He leads her with love. Strength in a man is not measured by his muscles, but by his patience. A man protects his woman, not because she is weak, but because she is precious. To cherish a woman is to cherish the future of your home. Masculinity is not in loudness, but in quiet confidence and actions. A man's honor is reflected in the way he treats the women in his life. A man who listens earns a woman's trust. A man who provides earns her respect. True masculinity is a blend of courage, kindness, and responsibility. Strongest man is one who can admit when he's wrong. A man should lift his woman, not just in his arms, but in her spirit. A woman's strength lies in her softness, her beauty in her gentleness. The power of a feminine heart can soften the hardest men. A woman who respects her man builds a home that lasts. Femininity is not weakness, it's the art of being tender yet unbreakable. A woman's wisdom is the crown of her home. A feminine woman doesn't compete with her man, she complements him. The secret to a man's strength is a woman that believes in him. A woman's grace can turn even a battlefield into a sanctuary. To inspire a man, a woman needs only to believe in his dreams. A man thrives in the presence of a woman who nurtures his soul. A strong relationship is like a bridge. Both sides must hold steady. Love is not about control, but about freedom with responsibility. Respect is the foundation, trust the walls, and love the roof of a strong relationship. It takes two to argue, but it only takes one to choose peace. When partners uplift each other, no mountain is too high. The best relationships are built on kindness, not just passion. True love doesn't keep score, it grows in giving. A happy home is where both partners are servants of love. Arguments ends when love begins to speak. The success of a relationship lies in compromise, not competition. Behind every great man is a woman rolling her eyes and still supporting him.
A woman's love is like a flame. Give her oxygen, not water.
A good husband knows when to be quiet. A great husband knows when to listen. Marry someone who makes you laugh. Looks fade, humors stay forever. A man who cooks with his wife builds a bond, not only a meal. Happiness in marriage is finding joy in the small things, like sharing the last slice of pizza. A good relationship is like a dance. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. The best way to keep love alive is to treat your partner as a priority, not an option. Apologize even if you're not wrong. It's cheaper than a silent treatment. Never go to bed angry, unless you want to struggle with cold feet at midnight. A man thrives in the presence of a woman who nurtures his soul. A marriage without laughter is like a river without fish, flowing but empty. In the home of the patient wife, The morning sun never rises in anger. A man and a woman who understands each other's silences shares a stronger bond than words can create. A stubborn husband and a patient wife are the rain and soil that grows the strongest trees. When love is spoken in whispers, it echoes in the hearts forever. In the game of love, there are no rules, only trust and forgiveness. True masculinity is a blend of courage, kindness, and responsibility. The woman who holds the family together is the quiet thread in the loud loom. Two fires in the same hearth can only warm if they do not fight for the flame. A couple that cooks together learns to stir the pot without spilling. When the husband and the wife plant their dreams together, their field grows green. Love spoken in anger is like honey poured in fire, sweetness lost forever. A marriage is like canoe, it will sink if both do not paddle. A woman's wisdom is the crown of her home. A feminine woman doesn't compete with her man, she complements him. A good husband and wife are like two dancers who move as one, even when the music changes. Patience in a marriage is like the hammer that shapes the stone. When a man praises his wife at sunset, their love rises with the moon. A home without respect is a garden without water, slowly withering. The wise wife does not raise her voice. Her silence speaks louder than thunder. Two hearts in a marriage are like two wings. They must move together to fly. The love between a man and a woman is tested not by wealth, but by storms. A husband who values his wife's opinions never eats bitter fruit. The wife who forgives is the ocean that swallows the river's rage. When a man forgets his wife's worth, his roof forgets to keep him dry. A husband and a wife who laughs together defeat the storm outside their door. In the story of marriage, the smallest kindnesses are the strongest words. Arguments ends when love begins to speak. The wife who listens to her husband's dreams waters the seed of a mighty forest. A man and a woman who share their sorrows will build a house that no wind can destroy. The man who listened to his wife's advice builds a house without cracks. In the dance of marriage, stepping on toes is part of learning the rhythm. The husband who carries his wife's burdens finds his own load lighter. A home with shared secrets is a tree with unshakable roots. The love of a wife is a necklace, invisible but always felt around the neck. The husband who forgets his wife's smile will one day live in shadows. A woman's wisdom is the fire that keeps the family warm during coldest nights. When the river of love dries, the crack reveals the truth of patience. A marriage without trust is like a boat with no anchor in stormy waters. A patient wife and a kind husband weave a fabric that never tears.